So you've been taking a lot of photos today. You get into photography?
Yes, sir. I do. Do a shameless plug for Black Blake, Black_Blake on Instagram.
Awesome.
And, yeah, I'm a commercial photographer out of Tampa, but my favorite thing to do is go out to places like this, and like a big old cypress tree, or some type of historic location, or occasional wildlife. And I do a lot of film photography, so I'll do like old school black and white film, and I develop it at home and all that, and print it out real big and cool, and it's one of my favorite things. It makes me happy.
That's amazing. That's what it's about. You're following your passion, whatever makes you happy. And being out here is the perfect place to capture those things you just mentioned. It's the wildlife, the history, the scenery, but also doing some of the other projects, the commercial photography. There's something to that as well. It's all an art involved.
It's all an art, and I learned something from all of it, and I'm happy to be able to make work out of something I enjoy, which is pretty rare. So
Definitely.
I don't turn down much if it involves me getting to play around with my camera.
So you get into a lot of different creative things. You're a musician as well.
Yes, sir.
Let's tell us about that.
I've been a musician since like the late '90s, pretty much working musician. I moved down from Minnesota to play in a band in Florida, in Lacucci, actually. We were talking about earlier today, exploring, cool spot.
Oh yeah, good old Lacucci.
But I've played in a lot of bands. I don't know, 20, 30 bands around Tampa, and currently I play in my main bands are Easy Posse, my country band, our country band, and Tribal Style is the reggae band out of Tampa.
That's really cool.
We play all around Tampa Bay and have some music available out there and things. So
yeah, that's awesome to hear. And you mentioned as well you do music lessons.
And I teach piano and guitar, mandolin, banjo. Mostly down in South Tampa by me, but it's always something I've loved doing because it's nice to give back. I spent my whole life learning how to play the damn guitar, so I'm happy to show others, especially seeing a kid pick it up.
That's inspiring. You're giving back, making a difference for other people through your craft and what you've learned. There's something to be said for that. It's rewarding. To me, that's the most important part. More than anything else. You talked about getting, paying gigs and all that stuff, and that's all great, but just to inspire people and do those things, that's important as well.
It's very cool to see a kid. It's fairly rare, but it's very cool to see a kid pick up the guitar, and then now he's in college or that age and playing in bands or off to like a music school or...
Yeah, and it's a lot of work.
Like
you said, you played in a lot of bands. And it's a continual process of learning and growing and just keeping at it and trying and believing in yourself and your passions, and that can go with anything, right?
That's right.
And these are things that I think about when I'm out here exploring the nature. It truly is inspiring. So I'm glad that you shared a lot of that with us here. It's really neat.
Thank you.
Some of the stuff that you're into. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And as much as I do a lot of that stuff for work, and I enjoy it all, and it's all in the creative field. But one of my favorite things that just makes me happy is just being out here, doing whatever it is I'm doing.
Yeah, you can forget about everything out here. We've been out here hiking for a while today, and it's just time just slips away, doesn't it? And it's just so peaceful, and we can just travel for miles along this river.
We haven't seen a soul.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody all day. And so many times we get used to that, being in the busy society. If you come out to these places, you forget just how important these places are, All right, out here with Blake, exploring along the river, such a beautiful place. Taking some photos, making videos for everybody. What do you think of the cypress tree here? Pretty amazing, huh?
Massive.
Yeah, you can see that's actually two cypress trees fused together at the base. It's incredible how nature just grows out here in the wilderness. The way these trees, all unique when you see them. You find a lot of cypress trees, don't you?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I've seen some of your photos going along the rivers, seeing the cypress trees, some of the hollowed ones you go inside of.
Yeah. Yeah, and a big fan of Clad Butcher, who almost does like exclusively cypress tree art. It
Oh
seems
yeah,
like so. Good
I
Florida.
follow him too. He's
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
inspiring, and he gets out there deep in the swamps.
He likes some Everglades stuff for
Yeah,
sure. I'm sure he gets all over.
there's some amazing trees down there. But where we're at today, we're gonna explore along the banks of this river, seeing a lot of these cypress knees, and many of them are taller than us. It's incredible. Let's walk over here by this tree. I'll show you guys. See where it's growing together here at the base. It's actually hollowed out where you can go inside there. Wow, you can see how large this tree is. Base and the water lines. You can see where you're standing, you'd be underwater certain times of year. All right, made it to this incredible tree out here. What do you think of this?
It's one of the most impressive and unusual cypresses I've seen for sure.
It's incredible. We haven't even gone around to the other side where it's hollowed out and you can walk inside this tree. Now, usually it's underwater. You can see the water lines here, see? The water gets up to here. So right now, we're able to access this area. Observe this magnificent tree. Let's walk around to this side. Now be careful. There'll be snakes around this area. On the other side of this tree, you can see where it's hollowed out. We're going to go inside of this. Inside this amazing tree, lots of room in here. You can see all the way up to the top. What do you think so far?
This is definitely a spacious tree in here. I'll tell you what. I could move in.
Yeah, you could stay in here. Perfect shelter out here in the woods. Yeah, watch yourself. Now we are looking around for snakes and spiders. All sorts of critters like to come in here. Wow, you can see all the way to the top. Completely hollowed out, dry inside. It's neat to touch the wood. The textures of it's incredible too, if you look at it real close. Imagine all the erosion from the water that gets in here, how it affects this tree. We've been exploring along the river out here, seeing some incredible scenery, interesting sights along the way. This could possibly be some kind of mound that was used. You can see the formation, all kinds of limestone here. This may have been part of a limestone quarry. It was used by natives long ago. What do you think of all this limestone around the area?
Seems to be we're in an area of some known mounds and limestone, so every time we come across something like this, it's certainly perks your interest.
Yeah,
Pretty neat.
makes you curious as who was here and how long ago and what this site was used for. But take a look at some of these pieces here. Look at this one. You can see these rocks, all sorts of marks in them. It could be natural or somebody was chipping them away at one point. That's interesting.
It's almost like, yeah, a loop there. Something could have been tied through.
Just came across this area, and you can see where the bridge possibly crossed over here. You can see the wooden pilings. What do you think?
Yeah, very cool. It looks like some people passed through here many years ago, and I see
Yeah.
some of the pilings continuing further back that way and that way.
Oh yeah, it's interesting. I do see some over here. Good observation. Look at this. Let's take a look. You see the pilings there. Show me the other piling you found.
It appears to have gone this way. At least there's one more.
Oh yeah. Navigating along this river for several miles now. Let's go over here. There's just some cypress stumps. Let's see. Not seen any alligators. You see any?
I haven't seen any alligators. They must know it's a holiday today as well.
Yeah.
Taking the day off.
They're hiding. Oh, they're out here. They see us. We just don't see them.
They're definitely out here.
Well, the sun's coming out, and certainly they're going to want to warm up and bask in the sun, so hopefully we'll see some. Continue on this way.
Yeah, just recently on the Hillsborough River, I saw more gators than I've ever seen in my life in Florida.
Really?
A week or two ago.
How was the experience?
It was a great experience. I was kayaking, although there were moments when I was thinking about how my inflatable kayak resembled maybe a seal or something, and the alligators were hopping into the water around me pretty closely. But
Oh no.
I think we were all. I feel like I'm a friend of the alligators. You know, they just do their thing.
Yeah, you respect their space.
Yeah.
Don't bother them, and they'll leave you alone.
Exactly right.
And definitely don't try to feed them.
Exactly right. Mostly they just hang out on the banks and watch you go by.
But they can be fast and very elusive. I've seen them sitting on the banks, quiet as can be, ever so patient, and then the next moment they dash into the water. Just can be gone like that.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And once they get into the water, you can't exactly always tell where they're going.
Yeah, I've seen them go under the water in the river, and they don't come back up. They could stay under there for quite a while, and it's like, where did they go? So
I actually saw a video just yesterday of somebody in a Florida river, and a bull shark was swimming up near them.
oh wow.
I didn't investigate where it was, but it looked like in a slightly interior river at least. It was just swimming by them, you know, but
They can get in there, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of these rivers flow right into the Gulf. So I've heard of that happening.
you never know what you might find in a Florida river swimming through.
That's true. You know what's also very neat to see are the river otters. I've seen those as well. I haven't seen any today, but I've seen many of them along the river. We're exploring.